Welcome to Rizvi's e-learning channel.
Hello students, today we are going to start learning about a new model of software development life cycle. Earlier we have studied waterfall models and iterative models. So the topic of today is evolutionary process model. This is also another software development life cycle or SDLC model. It has some disadvantages and some advantages also from the previous models. So let's start. Evolutionary process model resembles iterative enhancement models. The objective is to work with the client and evolve a final system from the initial outline. Should start with the well understood requirements. So this is a very similar model than iterative models. Okay, they are characterized in manners that enable software engineers to develop increasingly more complete version of the software. These models are applied because as the requirements often change and the product will be unrealistic, where complete versions are impossible. So due to tight market deadlines, it is better to introduce a limited version to meet the pressure. Software engineers can follow a process model that can be explicitly designed to accommodate products that are completely over time. So this is model also depend on the iterative process of software development. It will keep on providing trial versions or small size output software products to keep on testing and gathering the output or response from the user. This is an iterative model, and it is a software engineer goes through a repetitive process of requirements until the user and stakeholders are satisfied. This model differs from iterative model in the sense that this does not require a usable product at the end of each cycle. The requirements are implemented by category rather than by priority. So this model is different from iterative because in evolutionary model, final product is not delivered at the end of every stage. So let's see the diagram of the evolutionary process model. The first step is outline description. The second one is specification, development and validation, and the third is initial version, intermediate version and the final version. So these are the basic fundamentals of the model. Okay. So evolutionary model, it is the model is a structured set of activities required to develop the software. Number one is specification. This is the stage at which requirements are drawn up. So requirements is always there. Second phase is development. In this stage, the coding is done, the programming is done. Third one is validation. At this stage, the client is given the acceptance of the software development. The client will be shown a partial part of the software, and when the confirmation is done, then it will be continued. The fourth one is evaluation. The client may decide to make a minor or major changes existing specification to improve the software. So this is the new part of, or you can say it is this is the difference between the earlier models and the new model, evolutionary model, because it can evolve, and sometimes the user can give a requirement, and after the product is delivered to them, they will say, no, now my requirements are different. So when the user or the client changes their requirements in during the development phase, then evolutionary model is very helpful, and it will be able to change the requirements according to the new requirements. The updation can be done. So some of the applications or uses of evolutionary models are for small or medium sized iterative systems, for parts of large size systems. This model is useful for projects using new technology. It is also used in complex projects where all functionality can be delivered. And some of the advantages are customer involvement, because the continuous feedback is required, deals constantly with the changes, okay, provides quickly an initial version of the system. It will keep on giving the initial phase of the system so that it can be rechecked and feedback can be given. It involves all the development teams. In case of major problems are foreseen, developers can stop the development after some iterations. So there are some disadvantages also. It is not suitable for larger applications, because if the large applications are being developed and continuous changes are being done, then it will be affecting the productivity of the system. Quick fixes may be involved. You can get too involved. Users are too involved in such type of systems, so this is also a disadvantage. The structure of system can be damaged since many changes could be made, and this model lacks process visibility or offer too structure poor. And evolutionary problems are lack of process visibility, and the systems are often poorly structured and specific skills may be required. So there are some differences also between the evolutionary and the iterative models. The evolutionary model does not require usable products at the end of each cycle. I have already told you, iterative model gives partial but usable product to be tested, but in evolutionary model it will not give partial or usable product. In evolutionary models, requirements are implemented by category rather than priority. Okay, this is the first difference. And then iterative model, evolutionary enhancement model is designed to be allowed to evolve in response to the customer's feedback. So is approached building software in which overall life cycle is composed for several iterations in sequence. All right. So basically there are two types of evolutionary models: prototyping model and spiral model. So this was the basics of the evolutionary model. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you so much.